So I already know you're not going to like what I have to say, but I'm going to say it anyway, because this Mielle Organics thing has been dragged through the fire and the flood. Hey guys, welcome to my video. It's CammyJOfficial, so let's start the show. My name is Cammy. Welcome back to my channel. Let's go ahead and get right to the video. So if you are unfamiliar with the controversy, let me go ahead and catch you up right now. So Mielle Organics was a Black-owned natural hair care brand that recently did a really big deal and acquisition with Procter & Gamble. And if you do not know who Procter & Gamble is, they are pretty much a multi-billion-dollar company that has their hands in, so many things. They own hair care companies already. They own different makeup brands and skincare brands. They are huge and they have so much influence. So recently, Mielle Organics did a deal with Procter & Gamble in which Procter & Gamble acquired them, okay? And that is pretty much what has brought us here, because a lot of people are saying that Mielle Organics basically sold out, right? They sold out, and a lot of people are upset about that. So I just want to bring some more perspective and clarity on the situation, so that way we can be better informed and really understand what is happening with not only Mielle Organics, but what is going to happen to a lot of your favorite Black-owned natural hair care brands as well. Now, I'm going to honestly say that we should not be surprised about this in the natural hair community, because y'all, there is a clear track record about what happens with natural hair care brands once they reach a certain echelon, right? Once they get to a certain level, we begin to see things churning and changing in the same direction that Mielle Organics has gone. They are definitely not the first Black-owned natural hair company that has either been completely acquired or has partially sold itself to a larger company. And I want us as consumers in the natural hair space to honestly divorce ourselves from natural hair brands and to stop romanticizing the idea of Black-owned businesses, because I feel like if we stop doing that, at the end of the day, we will not be so hurt and we will not be so upset as consumers when things of this happen. So other natural hair care brands that were Black-owned that are no longer Black-owned but used to have a choke hold, okay, on the natural hair community, let's go through the list. First of all, we have Shea Moisture. Y'all know back in the day, Shea Moisture used to be that brand when it came to natural hair care. That Shea Moisture curl enhancing smoothie had the natural hair community in a tizzy back in the day, because everybody and their grandmother had that product. And Shea Moisture, honestly, back in the day, really used to make some really good products, but they went the way of selling their company, and now Shea Moisture is no longer Black-owned. The same thing goes for Carol's Daughter. That was another Black-owned company at first that had a lot of products that were go-tos for people, and they are no longer a Black-owned company today as well. And honestly, the list goes on. I can bring up to you several companies that started out as small Black-owned businesses and they got acquired by larger companies. But I have to admit, it does make you feel some type of way when you see a company that your dollars were poured into to make grow decides that it's going to sell and move on to another demographic. No one can lie and say any of those companies were not built on the Black dollar, because we are their foundation. They would not be where they are as a company without us, the Black consumer, specifically the Black female consumer, because we are the ones who spend a lot of money when it comes to hair care. Actually, the hair care industry, when it comes to Black women, Black dollars, is a billion-dollar industry. So we are a premier target audience for companies to market towards and to try to get our coin. So I understand in the community that people feel some type of way, because there are people who have poured a lot of their money into Mielle Organics, and now that it has been acquired by Procter & Gamble, they feel like things are going to change. Now, I definitely want to say, me personally, I am not mad at Mielle Organics for being acquired by Procter & Gamble and making those moves, because guess what? We always tell people, there is a mantra, okay, in this era. We are always telling people, sis, secure the bag. Sis, go ahead and get your coins. And the owner of Mielle Organics, Mielle Rodriguez, did just that. She went and secured the bag. Procter & Gamble, y'all, is the bag. It is the coin. It is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. You don't get more the bag than that. And that is what they did. And I feel like us as consumers, we kind of need to take a step back rather than being angry and upset and think about things objectively and think of things as a business owner. Like, y'all, we cannot sit here and lie and say that if we had a natural hair care company and a multi-billion-dollar corporation came to us wanting to make a deal, that we would automatically just say no. It doesn't make sense. What does make good business sense is to get as much as you can out of that deal, so that way you can take your business to the next level. And whether or not we like it, that is exactly what Mielle Organics did. They took their business to the next level, just like the Black-owned brands that preceded them when they made deals, right? They saw that, hey, we can make more money if we partner with other businesses, and we are going to be able to grow even more. And that is exactly what Mielle Organics did. Now, the one big piece I feel like people are missing when it comes to this controversy of them selling out is the fact that the owner of Mielle Organics, Mielle Rodriguez, was actually able to pull off like a historic deal. And here is why. Her company was acquired by Procter & Gamble, but she remains in control. She is still the CEO. She still is making the decisions for the company. It is still her brand. Now, Mielle Organics can no longer call themselves Black owned. They are now calling themselves Black led because Procter & Gamble does own a good chunk of the company now. But Mielle Rodriguez was able to say, I'm not doing this deal unless I can ensure I am still the one that gets the final say and gets to lead the company in the direction that she wants to. I feel like that should be applauded. It's not like she just went out there and said, here, take it, I'll take the money, I have nothing else to do with this. This brand, screw the customers, I don't care. She didn't do that. She made sure that while she was getting the bag and that she was getting the coin, she was still remaining in leadership. And that is very important to note here. So when people were saying that, they completely sold the company and she has nothing to do with it anymore, that is not true. That is not the way that the deal went down. When you create a business and a brand, you are thinking about, number one, how to gain profit. The whole point of a business is to make money. And unfortunately, we as consumers, we get too emotionally attached to the business to understand that at the end of the day, it is still a business and it is still about money, getting money and making more money. And that's why I said I feel like we need to divorce ourselves from the idea of holding on to these brands for dear life, because at the end of the day, these business deals are going to be made. It's almost a foregone conclusion to me that Black-owned businesses that get popular and blow up because of the Black dollar, Black consumerism, they are going to either be completely bought out or they're going to be partially bought out. Like, I have seen the trends and I know that that is the way that business is done. When a business wants to move and they want to grow and they want to become more than a domestic business, they look for partners that are going to be able to do that. And that is one big thing that I think people are missing when it comes to this Mielle Organics situation. Mielle Organics, once they signed that Procter & Gamble deal, they have gone from just being a domestic business in America to now a global company. Now, one thing I do want to talk about is the concern that now Mielle Organics has been acquired by Procter & Gamble, and even though the owner is still leading the company, a lot of people fear that the products are going to change. And that concern is beyond valid because we have seen it before with other former Black-owned companies that have been sold and acquired. The formulas change. However, Mielle Rodriguez of Mielle Organics, she said that that is not going to happen because she is still in control and she is going to be overseeing that. Now, whether or not we 100% believe it, we're just going to have to wait and see. I really hope that the owner, keeps those promises of the formulations not changing and things of that nature, because again, it is important that as you grow and that you expand, that you just don't step on the people who helped you get there, and that you always remember who your core consumer base is. I feel like as long as she remembers that and she keeps on making sure that, the Black consumers and the Black dollar that built her are still in the forefront, of her mind, I feel like at the end of the day, people are going to get over it and they are going to feel like, okay, I understand where she is coming from, but only time will tell. But guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Please also consider subscribing to my channel, clicking on that notification bell so that way you know whenever I post more videos. But as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.